Welcome to the Heart of a Viking. These art lessons are taught by Mrs. Minto from the Cape Henlopen School District in Delaware. I hope you have fun, create imaginative works of art, and make sure you share them with someone because, after all, the visual arts are meant to be seen. Hello, Cape artists, and welcome back to the Heart of a Viking. In this week's lesson, we are going to be studying the famous art painting called The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. To begin, I would love for you to read this story. If you don't have this story, then you can click on the link in the description just below the video here, and it will take you to a different YouTube video where you can hear the story read to you. So I'd like for you to take a moment, head on over, listen to or read Katie and the Starry Night, and then come on back here and we'll be ready to create together. So, what did you think? I am a huge Vincent van Gogh fan. I love the way he makes his paintings look like they're moving, even though we know they're standing still. So today, what you and I are going to do is we're going to really study this painting, The Starry Night, and we're going to try to imitate it. That means copy and learn from it so that we can create our own Starry Night. So let's see what supplies we need to begin. Alright, so let's begin our project by selecting the right colors. So today we're going to need white, orange, yellow, blue, and purple. So go grab those colors and come right back. Alright, so we're going to start with our yellow crayon, and I've already counted there are 11 stars in Vincent van Gogh's painting. So I'm using my yellow to make 11 little circles that are colored in with yellow. In addition, I'm pressing as hard as I can. I want that yellow to be super duper bright. Next, I'm going to use my yellow to make a crescent moon. Look what crescent moons are shaped like. They look an awful lot like the letter C. Next, I'm going to use my same yellow and I'm going to make little broken circles. That means that I'm not drawing a full circle around my stars. I'm making little dashes that kind of form a circle around the stars. Vincent van Gogh uses this technique to make it look like his stars are shining. I'm even going to put one around the crescent moon. Next, I'm going to switch to orange and add some orange broken lines. Again, in Vincent van Gogh's paintings, there are different shades of different colors. So I'm adding a bit of orange around my yellow as well. Alright, time to switch. Now I'm going to grab my blue. Now for the blue, I'm not making any stars or shining. I'm making wind this time. So to make wind, I make a long tail using broken lines, and then I swirl around in the center. If you've never done this before, watch that again and practice on the back of your paper before you draw on the front. And I'm going to give each of my little winds that I make about 3 long tails. So I'm going to do 3 long tails. Now I want to make a second wind whipping across. And this one starts under the first one and leads over to the other side. So again, the broken line for the tail and then the swirly part. Once I finish with the blue, I'm going to grab my purple and put some purple in with the blue, just like I put orange in with the yellow. Now finally, I'm going to grab some white. I know it's a white piece of paper. I won't be able to see what I'm doing, but I want you to press really hard and I want you to make little lines, little broken lines like we've been making, but I want you to make them going across your paper. So they're going from the left side over to the right side. And I know you can't see what I'm doing, but you can see how my hand is moving, so you'll know exactly what direction you need to move into. I'm making little broken thin lines that go across my paper. And I want you to do the same, all the way from the top, all the way to the bottom, anywhere where there isn't already a moon, a star, or wind. Now, we do need a type of paint for this next part. So there are two different kinds of paints here. The first kind is my marker paint. To make marker paint, I simply take the cap off of some dried out markers. I fill the water cup about halfway with water, and I let them sit there overnight. When I come back the next day, I have a liquid that looks like this. It's a super dark paint that I love using. I call it marker paint. Now, if you don't have any old markers laying around, you can also use watercolor paints that come in a tray like this. Either one of these kinds of paints will work. There are other kinds of paint that won't work, so it has to be one of these kinds of paints. So I'm going to choose to use my marker paint. I'm going to dip my brush in it and drag my brush across. And you can already see the magic happening on my paper. This paint and the watercolor paint both do the same kind of magic trick. They paint the paper, but not on the crayons, especially if you pressed hard with your crayons like I tried to keep reminding you. But if you forgot, or if you paint too much in one spot, you might find that the paint is covering up your crayon. So the easy solution for that is next time press harder or stop painting in the same spot and move to a different space to paint. And what I'd like for you to do is paint all the way from the top edge of the paper all the way to the bottom. So the entire area that's white will no longer be white. It will be black, or as you can see, my black marker paint actually looks like a dark blue, which is perfect for a starry night kind of picture. Alright, so after that, you are all done for today. The next part of this project will take place next week at the same time. So come back here to the Heart of a Viking next week to see how we finish our Starry Night painting. Put this in a safe spot, and I'll see you next week back here at the Heart of a Viking.